What's going on, you guys? I'm Grits, Warzone's most winning player. In today's mode, we will be doing our last BR solos, at least the normal one, until they return it. Today's Season 4's update, where they're going to be bringing us BR solo casual. We still don't know a lot of information on it, like how many players there'll be versus how many bots. We'll discuss this further in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you on the battlefield. Here we are loading into what could be our last solos, at least this year. They did announce that casual mode solos is going to replace normal solos. What that means, they haven't put out exact numbers yet, right? So if it's like the quads mode, BR casuals, we're looking at like an 80% bot to real player ratio. And I think that's what most people are scared of. However, if we're looking at like 10, 20, at most 25% of your player base being AI, yeah, it's not the same. I get it. But it's not going to be as bad as I think everyone's thinking it's going to be. And I mean, I'd be a fan of just not doing it, right? But if we're talking a minor change, a lot more palatable than the major change I think everyone has in their mind.
Switching mags. Attack off. Launching UAV.
Because everyone has in their mind right now. Oh my god, another UAV. I have no place. Everyone has in their mind right now that this is basically the end of solos as we know it. And for good reason. Back in Almaz, they did remove solos completely for 3 months. So there is a precedent for them removing solos completely. And not looking back for quite some time. Which is worrying, right? It is worrying because the solo player base isn't a community that really plays much other than solos. For a lot of them, right? Solo players like solos. Team player modes, like duos, trios, quads, those players are pretty flexible and they play either one. Sure, they have their preference, but a duos player will most likely flex to trios or quads without it being like a massive problem.
Got a contract here.
So I feel like this is going to alienate a lot of the solo player base, which I think they're kind of aware of, which is this trial period. So if you guys are not wanting this change, then the best thing you could do is not play BR solos and don't play any other mode. Boycott it. And I know that's going to sound a little ridiculous, but if they see that you're just transitioning to duos, trios, or quads anyways, then they are just going to move forward with their direction that they think's best. And I know it sucks because you just want to play the game that you love, or sometimes that you hate, depending on what kind of day it is, you know what I mean? But it's that time, right, where I think the most effective thing for people to do is boycott with their time. I haven't really been a solos player so much until recently. I did take a break from it in Almaz. In Almaz, I was a massive Souls player. Caldera, Verdansk, that was my main mode. Once they started taking Souls away from us with LTMs and then that 3-month break, I kind of took a hard break from solos, and
Enemy UAV is
I
online.
didn't really ever look back. I kept getting frustrated that we were the redheaded stepchildren of the Warzone community. It didn't really seem like they gave two shits whether they removed our mode or not. And when you're a Souls player, and I'm going to tell you this, the frustration of not having that Souls mode was incredibly frustration. Like it just, yeah, once I became a team mode player, right? Once they removed like quads or trios or duos, I was like, oh, that's frustrating. Oh, that's a terrible decision, right? But it wasn't like
Enemy
when
dropping into the
they
AR.
removed solos from me. When they removed solos from me, the anger ran deep, right? Heard Palpatine say, "Come to the dark side." See you later, Gepski. Let's grab the Senza. Put some damage on this heli. That's been a pretty common strat in solos, is this heli strat.
Last mag. They got me. Look ahead. Help. That's use the stealth fire.
Get slammed.
Reloading.
So that's been a pretty common solo strategy, is this helicopter thing. I have done a Warzone Victor with it. I made a video on it. So if that's something you're interested in learning how to do, check out for that video. Basically involves a helicopter, a self-res, a gas mask, and you win. I dropped my heartbeat for a loadout, and like, silly as it sounds, I kind of wish I did not pick it up.
Got a contract here.
The heartbeat has a lot more value in it. I'm gonna pop a UAV
Attack off. Get a UAV in the air.
and then move to get that recon.
Standing by.
Although this guy could be coming forward right now, which I think he is. Nice.
Priority task and request received.
Got this
UAV
intel.
exiting AO.
Got one ghoster here. I'm gonna mark it so I don't forget where it was exactly. He's likely
Enemy intel
rotating in.
located. Capture and secure the intel point to discover the next gas spread.
We're gonna take a peek here. Oh shit. I didn't realize it pulled back that way. Alright, yeah, let's go do this.
Switching mags.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious to see what direction that they take solos. Is it going to be mostly real players or mostly bots? Because I think if they do a
Intel point
10-20%
activated. Now ensure the
addition of
point is
bots,
secure.
so that way like you're not waiting 5-10 minutes to get a solos game, maybe that's the correct direction. I don't know. I personally don't like to play against AI. I like to play against real people. So for me, I would rather wait the 5 minutes. But they must have analytics on their side that people are in queue for so long they just jump off the game. Right? There's a reason they're doing this.
Complete. Hell of a
And
job. Uploading information
if
on the
they
next
shared
gas spread.
like why they're doing it. Like, hey, the reason we're doing this is because y'all just don't play enough solos. And the people who are playing solos, they're in queue for so long that they're waiting.
Weaver requesting UAV
And then by the time they get a game, they're already out playing Fortnite. All right. So it's got to be something like that. And it's one of those things that you can easily flip around the blame. Well, if you guys had anti-cheat, if you guys had this, if you guys do this, more people will be playing and you don't have to do these AI measures. So it's one of those, sure, correct, valid, but doesn't help us for today, you know what I mean? So I will be playing the BR casual solos to see what it's like, and I'll make a video on it, let you know my thoughts on it. But if it's 80% AI, that'll be the one and only time I play it. I mostly only do play solos so that I can get YouTube content for you guys. It's just easier to have this dialogue without having a team, right? So if I had a team here, they'd be talking, we'd be communicating in game. And solos, I can kind of just do my own thing and chat to you guys. So that's one of the best reasons why solos is one of the better modes for YouTube content and being able to chat with you directly.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Let me know down in the comments. What's your opinion on the BR solos casual mode replacing BR solos? If they wanted to add both modes, then sure. But if they did that, then I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of the solos players would have just abandoned normal solo mode anyway. It would be even longer to find the games. So what's your opinion? Let me know down in the comments. Are they doing the right thing? Is it whack? I'm actually curious on what like everyone's opinions are going to be. And also,
Switching backs.
it's also one of those where typically your argument is when they have removed solos in the past, it's like, well, what about the guys that don't have teammates, friends? When they hop on, they don't really want to autofill. They might not have a mic. They just want to jump on, do a solo, a couple games after work, not have to worry about, you know, not having any buddies to play or whatever. They kind of answered that by making it a BR solo casual mode, because now they can still just jump on and do it. So I need to know, is it better than just removing solos?
Enemy squad marks you as bounty target.
I know Fortnite.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone.
I know Fortnite has transitioned to bots. Right?
Solid work evading the enemy. You're clear for now.
And I did a little bit of research on this, and it looked like the higher skilled lobbies have about 10% of the players in the lobby where they're AI. With lower tier lobbies being the complete opposite, where it's 90% AI. So if my guess is COD's gonna maybe do something similar eventually. However, I see day one rollout, regardless of SBMM, it's gonna be a steady certain percentage of AI. And I believe if they do adapt what Fortnite's doing, where, you know, the higher skill you are, the less AIs in the lobby, it'll still translate to longer queue times for a lot of players. But I think overall enjoyment for most people would be higher than if you just were like 50-50 real, 50 AI. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the higher skill players, they're not wanting to play against AI, they want to play against real people. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. I personally hope it's the 90-10. 90 real, 10% bot, but
Gas is closing in.
I wasn't worried about you, my boy.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Squad rate to restart. Advise you to load up now. Enemy UAV overhead. Keep pushing.
How did those not
Enemy
go off?
UAV is online.
Wants to know how his mines didn't go off. Well, the trigger on him is relatively weak. You have to be pretty close to him, so that's the one downside of him.
SDR, ready for launch.
Time of flight 5 seconds. Out. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Spring mine deployed.
UAV available for tasking.
Reloading.
Fire solution was bad. Miss. Only 4 left.
KIA. Loading fresh mag. Attack off. Launching UAV.
Airstrike ready for tasking.
Need CAS on my grid.
Copy. Break it down. Shot missed.
Break time.
Top 3, don't let up now.
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
Only 2 left.
There we go, baby. Our last solo before solo casuals hits us in just about an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments your real thoughts about BR solo casual coming up. I know it's not what we want, but is there any hope for the mode? Good luck on season 4 today. I'll see you tomorrow.